thumbprint now. It's deeper with more songs and more of you.
Hey guys, Wolfie Ravenheart here, back again at the den. If any of you have watched any of the other videos, you already have seen Wolf's Journey Part 1. If not, pause this, go back, watch that. Thank you for your time. On the other hand, if you're just now tuning in, don't worry. They're connected, but they're not sequential. It's just the continuation of the ideas, the thoughts, and all of that. As always, said in every one of my videos, these are raw, uncut, unedited. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. Excuse anything you don't like. If you don't like it, don't watch. But if you're interested in a spastic ADHD, slightly a majorly conspiracy theorist, sitting here talking about some real world shit, stay tuned. Now, my last video, we were talking about how I had found Atlantis. I say I found Atlantis and everything, and that's no big news to anyone. If anyone has watched National Geographic or anything, they sit there and go into details of how even they have proven that it does exist. Mainly with the mineral orichalcum. Orichalcum was only found in the area that Plato and Homer had said Atlantis sat. It was the building material of their walls. Now, that could just be a crazy conspiracy theory idea or whatnot, but think about it this way. In the book The Iliad, they say that Atlantis was sunk and only a third of the people made it out. Let that soak in a minute. Now, said the rest of the people that survived escaped to a place called Agartha, or the world inside the world. At their time, you have to think of how big their world to them was. It only stretched the entire Mediterranean Sea and the outlying countries. They didn't know about the other half of the world. To them, the world was still flat, sort of. Like it was a 50-50 thing, kind of like how the whole Scientologists nowadays are going, oh, the world's flat again. A little weird there, wouldn't you say? Anyways, not to get off topic and whatnot, my theory is, if it did happen and they did escape, to them, a city inside of a mountain would be the city inside the earth, or the city within the world, because the mountain is earth. It's made of rock. To them, that is earth. And at that point, there's only one mountain big enough to hold almost 14,000 people that made it out. The Himalayas, more specifically Mount Everest. That's just a thought. On to a different topic though. Today I kind of wanted to talk about interconnectivity and oneness. This is going to be part 1 of that video as well as part 2 to the last video. So, like I said, they kind of connect, but they're not sequential. Lost my train of thought, guys.
We were talking about interconnected. Oh shit!
It's really hard to make videos without a script, and that's why I'm doing this. Because every YouTuber on here these days has a script. They're not genuine. They're not being themselves. Yes, they are, but to a point, you know. They still hide parts of themselves because viewers don't like it. I think a way to bring interconnectivity into this topic would be to talk about, well, today's the first day of summer. It's the summer solstice. A lot of pagans and Wiccans sitting there doing their rituals today. What are your thoughts on that? Like, share your mind. This is where you come in, your specialty. This is you, the oracle.
Well, Beltane is known as summer solstice. Also, fire solstice. Time of the year where fire magic is at its highest. Of course, the sun is at its highest, or closest to the earth. Beltane to me is a season of growth. More so where you which is the season of not death but closure. We have spring being the season of life beginning, blossoming. We have fall being the harvest. Well, summer is of growth.
And it's kind of like the cycle of life. You have spring and fall, which are the like childhood, and then the late 20s and 30s. Winter is the end of the cycle, and summer would be like your early 20s, mid 20s, where everything's at your peak. Except for growing. Technically, most guys don't stop growing things until they're, 26? Anyways, that's a topic for another day. There's a summer harvest thing going on tonight, isn't there?
I believe so. At Sacred Elements. Or it's hosted by Sacred Elements, and it might be at Sacred Elements or 4MR.
If you don't know anything about Sacred Elements, it's a... How would you describe Sacred Elements?
It's a New Age consignment shop.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm not very good at describing things accurately.
But they have more than just things for sale. They also have, what's the way to put it, abilities for sale. Like there's different kind of things you can buy there. From clothes, stones, different homemade, handmade teas, handmade salves. Freaking, there's services you can get from there too.
And all those are based off of energy work, right? If any of you watched the second video I posted in this type of video format, I talked about how energy, love energy and everything like that. Chi, chakras, auras, whatever you want to call them, it's all the same thing, honestly. Just like all religions are basically the same. We all have taken and used parts from each other at some point or another to benefit themselves. And no one religion is exempt from that. Trust me, I've tried to find one. Doesn't happen. Back onto the main topic though. Energy is the life force that drives the world. Even the world has its own chakra points just like the body, and I believe one of the things offered up there is Reiki, which is the art of using one's energy to massage and open up other energies in another. Am I right?
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
They also do aura healings. They do things with sound. They do healing with aromatherapy as well. And the form of it is, well, what was, oh goodness gracious. I believe it's raindrop therapy, which I haven't tried myself, but I heard it does wonders.
I believe they even have a practicing hypnotist up there.
I believe so.
I've never been hypnotized, but I'm honestly thinking about it. I want to quit these nasty things, but I just don't have the will to do it again. It's like to me, it's not even an idea at the moment, but I do want to quit. So I think one of these days I'm going to give that a try. Definitely let you know the results.
Maybe make a live feed while you're doing it.
That'd be up to the person. But that would definitely be cool. See, the reason why I shoot in negative is because a lot of the people we talk to, they don't like their identities getting out there. And if anybody has noticed, you really can't tell much of an identity on this.
Right.
You can't tell skin color, you can't tell anything other than tattoos they have, and even then, just going by that.
That's not enough.
Like, for all you guys know, I could be a Mexican black person sitting here. And she could be a Puerto Rican Irish. Kind of fucked up, don't you?
Yeah, Puerto Rican Irish makes really good hair.
It would. So what are some things that would be done at, like, a summer festival ritual?
Well, of course, naturally, you would have a bonfire.
Woo! Would you ever be fire breathing?
Well, you could. It depends. Well, I mean, it's fire magic solstice, so anything goes. You know, I've seen, I've celebrated where I've seen people have bonfires, where people have lit candles around their house all day long, where people have opened up every window, let the light come in, spend as much time outside as possible. You know,
And yet here we are sitting inside.
right? Yeah.
It's just for the video though. Trust me, sound quality outside is shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Being by a main road, shit happens.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
You're
Please
all right.
continue.
But you know, other people, mainly, you know, dance. There's rituals, foods you can make for the summer solstice to celebrate the summer solstice and thank you for be thankful for the growth that you're going through. You know, there's things, you know, to do if you're a grower even. You know, there's tending to your garden. There's rituals for that to bring about a great harvest come autumn.
And say someone watching this had questions. They could contact you, right?
Absolutely.
How'd they go about doing that?
Look me up on Facebook. Archery Chandelier Bolden. Also Akasha Rain. Rain spelled R-A-Y-N-E.
Like Blood Rain, the comic.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell the other rain? Like a king's rain. I can never spell that one right.
R-E-I-G-N.
Why does it sound like an A? Man, the human language is fucked up. Well, at least English is.
I'm pretty sure all languages are fucked up because sometimes when you translate shit, it comes out all messed up.
Did you know that the American language is the only one that has a word for hate? No other language has a word for the word hate. They have loathe, but to loathe someone, you actually have to wish death upon them.
Right.
And you can only loathe someone after you've publicly declared that you wish death upon them.
Right.
And that's extreme. Yet you come to America and we have so many extra letters. Like half the world only has 16 letters in their alphabet. I do believe. Don't quote me on that. My numbers are never quite on. Look it up though. Like I encourage you to look up anything that you want. Fact check it. Google's my resource. Like I Google everything. I YouTube everything. I have videos on my page of half the shit that I've studied. Check them out. Try to prove them wrong. That's kind of what I'm doing, but I also want to prove it right. Yeah. What kind of music would you hear at one of those festivals, though? Like drums or string or
lots of people
flute?
play, some people, if they have mandolins, play their mandolins. Some people have
What is a
drums.
mandolin if they don't know?
It's a string instrument. It's like a small guitar almost. Or like a sitar.
There you go. Okay. Think of like if you've ever played Assassin's Creed with Ezio, the guy that follows you around with that try to sing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Those annoying things. But their music is beautiful.
Absolutely. Lots of drums. Sometimes bells or finger cymbals, you know.
My ear itches.
Lots of people tend to dress in red, orange, yellows. You know, colors of the sun.
So if you're gothic,
fire.
today is still not a day you should wear black. Word of advice from a guy. Keep that in mind. I really need to get some better clothes. Like, dude, all I have is black.
Don't feel bad. Majority of my clothes are black. I have colors.
Yay, I'm not alone.
Mainly purple and red.
I have 2 colored shirts. One is green and one is white. That's it. God, these videos are random. I hope you guys like this. I'm just throwing stuff out there, really. These are just literally open discussions. Anybody that's around can join in at any time. It don't matter.
Absolutely.
I just hope you guys learn something from the randomness. Everyone tells me they learn a lot from me. Well, fuck it. See if I can take it to YouTube. One thing I've really been getting into lately is oracle cards, though. They're kind of like tarot cards, if you know what tarot cards are. But they're a little more... I don't know how to put it. How would you put it? The difference between the two. Other than the way the deck's set up. Like with tarot deck, you have the king, the queen, and all that. In the oracle cards, you don't have any of that. It's like a pathway. That's all I can really describe it as.
Tarot cards are more in-depth looks at situations, people, and obstacles and things in your life. Whereas oracle cards are more of emotional barriers, more of spiritual barriers, spiritual pathways. Both of them deal with spirituality, do not get me wrong. But oracle cards deal more with in-depth look at character traits.
So you could almost say, like, if we were looking at it as like being interconnected, thinking like the human brain. Left side, right side. You got the female aspect, which sees the world with all the curves and the bends, and then you got the other one that's straight to the point, only curving at right angles. It's very linear.
The tarot would be the masculine.
So the tarot would be the linear, and the oracle would be more flowing through the whole path. The more you know. And our Pandora is now sitting at a commercial. I apologize for this.
State Farm in Flint commercial.
Pretty much.
Flint, Michigan.
810.
Don't drink the water.
I'm pretty sure Mexican water is more safe than our water. You know, I said that once and someone told me I was being racist. How is that racist? Like, someone please comment. Tell me how that is a racial lie. When I said our water is probably, or Mexican water is safer than our water. If you don't know, we live in Flint for like the 5th time. Any final thoughts on this? So I think this video has pretty much run its course at this point. What do y'all say? I don't know, I can't hear you guys. Speak up.
I say, enjoy your summer solstice in any way. Always, always, always grow. To learn is to grow.
To grow is to change, and to change is life. What about one final message for life, like a life message for someone? Don't be afraid to change, for change is the path of time. To challenge the change that comes would be to challenge growth through life. Mm-hmm. Food for thought? I think it fits.
To not change is folly. There's no such thing as not changing. There's no such thing as staying the same. If everything stayed the same, then there would be nothing. There would be nothing. We wouldn't exist. Everything grows. Everything around us grows. People, trees, animals, technology, materialistic things. Everything has a growth season. But remember, everything also has a season of harvest. So what you put out there, you will receive.
It's all vibrations. Let the love shine, and the love that you put out will come back. Keep the vibrations positive.
So go out there, start a bonfire, or go to a bonfire and dance around it. Celebrate it.
Hey, if anyone's dancing naked around a bonfire, call me. I'm joking. Or him.
Please call him.
Ouch. Namaste, friends.